Hi, I'm Kelsey from RoughandTumbleFarmhouse.com, and today I'm so excited to be unboxing our NutriMill Plus. Now, we ordered this back in April, and it had a late May delivery date, but because of the craziness of the world right now, it didn't come until just yesterday, and we are towards the end of July. So I've been expectantly awaiting this thing, and so I am very excited to open it up and take a look. Now, milling our own flour was something that I had wanted to do for quite a long time. We just kind of been putting it off because of the expense of getting a grain mill. But as I said, kind of with the craziness of the times and flour being something that was sort of hard to come by at times, we thought that it might be the right time to invest in a grain mill. So we went with the NutriMill Plus. Now, we are first-time grain mill owners, so this is all going to be kind of brand new to us. So if you are brand new to grain mills too, you can kind of explore it with us. If you are a seasoned grain mill owner, please feel free to add any comments below with some tips and helpful advice. I'd be more than happy to have it. So let's get this puppy opened up here. So some reasons that we chose to go with the NutriMill Plus was largely because it had really good ratings. It had mostly 4.5, 5-star ratings everywhere. It also has a hopper, which we'll see in a little bit, that has a 12-cup capacity, which is nice if you're going to be doing a fair amount of flour at a time, which when I make bread, I usually make a couple of loaves, so that'll be really useful. It was also one that wasn't too expensive. It wasn't going to break the bank, and it was one that is slightly more compact. It's not one of the kind of sleek countertop models, but it is one that isn't going to take up a huge amount of space. All right. Can't tell you, didn't have time yesterday to make this video, and so I just had to sit with this thing on the counter all day, excited for opening it up. All right, here we are. All right, so it says on it right away, the world's newest and most advanced grain mill. Let's see, what does it say we've got? A re-engineered whisper mill sound technology, patent-pending cyclone air filtration system, limited lifetime warranty, 2 speeds, 24-cup capacity. I thought it was a 12-cup capacity. My goodness, this is even better than I thought. Includes a flour bagger accessory, recipe booklet, engineered and assembled in the USA, dynamic texture control, compact nesting design, and a 8.5-inch base storage footprint. So let's get this thing out of the box. I'm so excited. All right. I'm hoping there's not a ton of assembly required, but we will see. Unpack the freshness of grains. Okay, so we've got our owner's manual and a quick start guide, which is fabulous. Quick start's 100% my style. And everything's wrapped pretty nicely. Ooh, it's hefty. Get this guy out. Comes with some flour storage bags. There it is. Wow, I'm just really impressed right off the bat how super compact it is. I mean, this is easily going to fit in one of my cupboards, which is really nice to not have like a big, huge, bulky thing. And it's honestly, I mean, it's definitely not as sleek as the kind of wooden models you see, but it's not ugly, I wouldn't say. I think it's actually a pretty nice, compact design. Okay, so first instruction, it says, pull grain hopper out of flour canister. So we push these little doodads on the side and pull out. So this is going to be our flour canister, and this is our lid that's going to go on there, I think. And here is our mill. And then we're supposed to twist it counterclockwise and pull up grain sidewalls. Ooh, twist clockwise to lock. Look at that. I honestly think that's about it, and we are pretty much ready to rock and roll. So this, you can see, is going to hook in here on the side, and maybe I will play with this just a little bit here off camera so you don't have to watch me fiddling around and figure out kind of how this bad boy works, and we'll do our first test run. Okay, so it is all put together and I've got my extension cord, so let's run some grain through and see how it does. I will say we had a little bit of a hard time getting our dial to work because it was stuck in the off position, but then it still would run as soon as we plugged it in, and it is not quiet. Our daughter was napping, so I had to wait and kind of come back to it once she woke up. But so I really just had to give this a really hard turn to make it not be stuck on in the off position somehow. So that was a little bit weird. Hoping that's just a fluke since it's a brand new machine. Other than that, this little button here is going to adjust whether it's kind of a finer grind or a coarser grind. I'm just going to put it on a coarse grind here. And then these numbers along the side, these are the size grains that you're doing. So we are doing wheat and they recommend a 2. So I'm going to switch this on and it's going to be very loud. So I'm not even going to try and talk over it. We're just going to let her fly and then we'll see how the grain looks after. First, I'm going to go ahead and put our grain in the hopper. And they recommended about 2 cups, which I think I probably have a little more than 2 cups here. But I can just feed it to the pig. Okay, here we go. All right, so it sucked it all through really very quickly. I'm really impressed with how fast that it took that grain through. One thing I do notice is that there is a little bit of flour that it seemed to spit out here on the table, and that could have been me that I maybe didn't get this sealed tightly or properly, but there is a little bit of flour. Not a lot though. I mean, that's just kind of like one wipe with a cloth, I'd say. So I'm gonna just detach this little pipe on the side, and we'll loosen our side here and see what we've got. All right, ooh, it smells so good. So there we have our beautiful fresh flour, and I'd say it's definitely pretty coarse. It is a whole grain flour. It seemed to do a pretty good job. I might play with it a little bit because there are sort of settings in between, and I did go with the coarser grind, so I could have done a finer grind. It does say in the booklet that it doesn't recommend doing a double mill. So I might go just grab one more little scoop and we will do a fine grind and see what that looks like. Through one more time, this time we'll do a finer grind. This is about 1 cup's worth, and we'll see how it turns out. Take a look and see how that one differs. So that one is definitely a much finer flour than the first coarse grind that we did. So I think it works pretty fast and it looks like a really good flour, and like I said, it smells amazing. So thank you very much for watching and taking part in our unboxing and first look at the NutriMill Plus. Again, we are pretty new at milling grain, so I don't really have any tips or tricks or anything yet, but I will have another blog post and video probably in a couple months where I'll talk about what I've learned from using this grain mill and how I like it. Please check back at our channel. We have new videos every single week about farming, family, food, and fortitude here at our rough and tumble farmhouse.